One.
Hello, I'm Mark Barbour. I'm the curator and director at the International Printing Museum in Los Angeles. We're going over the operation of a Platen printing press here for the rental for Newsies. This is known as a Platen press, 19th century. So I want to be able to show you the operations of the press here, the basic operations and stuff. So you've got a foot pedal down here at the bottom that you'll be operating the press with. Without using any paper, this is your basic motion, pumping up and down. That's about the speed that you want to go. You can go a little slower than that is fine. You do not want to go faster than that. That adds a tremendous amount of danger on the press. You do not want to go at that speed. The actor can get hurt, the machine can get damaged. You don't know what you're doing. So keep it at a slow pump. And normally when they're operating, when you're starting out the press, you want to get the flywheel and you want to swing it away from you like that, and then start pumping. You do not want to just stand on the pedal with all of your weight to get it going. You can break the treadle. It's cast iron. So you need to get the press in motion first, like that. The normal printer, when they're operating with their foot pedal, has two hands available. So your tray, you have a tray off to the side here that would hold the paper as blanks. Then you're going into the printing press right there. If you want to, you can add another layer onto this, maybe put an edge to it to hold the paper. You notice I just dropped some of the papers there. That's okay. This is nothing to worry about, adding something to it. Make it a little bit bigger. We actually have a pre-printed, this is the original Newsies banner when we rented the printing presses to the original film in 1991, 1992. To fake the printing, your letters are usually kept over here. In this area in here, but we're not putting any letters in because we don't want any actors' hands staying in this area and getting crushed. So we just keep this area open. One of the other areas to be careful on, when this closes, that will crunch a finger. You do not want any actors or anybody over here with their hands near the press. Okay. This right here is open, but you don't want their hands in there when it's closing. So you want to go at a slow enough speed to allow the actor to put the paper in. They take the paper out, put the paper in, take paper out. So I'm picking up the sheet with my left hand, putting it in with the right. You can also have somebody hand them the sheet of paper. Another newsie could hand them the paper, which then they put in. They can hand them the paper, they put it in. When it's pre-printed, I just put it so that the printing is face down. And when I peel it up, I'm revealing the print. So they can also take it and look at it with the audience to their back, and they see the Newsies banner. So if you didn't want to work with it on the side here, you can also have all the sheets right here. Get your paper in, take it out, hand it to a newsie. So you can hand them the sheet and just have it here going in. Okay? Two hands in. So as soon as it's starting to close, your hands need to be out. The main instruction to anybody who's with the press here is make sure that they keep their back straight. If your back is straight, Watch what happens to my hands. They come out. If you lean into the press, your hands are in, and that's more dangerous. So do not do that. Instruct the actors, whoever's doing this, make sure they practice this. First thing to do on practicing is just learning to balance on one foot. The other way that you can do it, if you don't have actors that are good with that, you can simply get the flywheel going, and the actor has 2 hands, 2 feet on the ground, and then he just turns the wheel, takes the paper out, puts it down, puts the paper in, turns the wheel. This is probably a much safer way for operating the press. So you can have a second newsie standing here at the flywheel, and they can turn the wheel. It does turn in either direction. And then the other actor just puts the paper in and takes it out. Then you just don't use the foot pedal that's down there at the bottom. And since you guys are dancing and doing so much, that this might be the best way to operate the press, and operate at about this speed like this. And it will spin for a little bit on its own, and just add a little extra to it. You got that motion going. Okay. Other action on the press that you can do, you can make it look like you're adding ink. So you got a big tub of ink here, and we've got it kind of dried on the surface, so it's not going to come out. But if you turn the can, it looks like ink. So you can make it look like they're inking up on the plate, like that. Ink knife goes back in, goes to a table. Another newsie, when it's stopped like that, can be using the roller and roll over the plate. I'd have a rag in their hand, like that. The ink will be dried on the roller, and the ink will be dried on the plate. Right now it's wet, so it'll be dry by the time you have the press. Okay. Right now the press is mounted to 4x4s. You're welcome to paint them. You're welcome, if you really wanted, to take them off, to put this onto a cart or something else. So this is done so that we can actually pick it up with a forklift or a pallet jack and all. They can be painted if you wanted to as well. So another newsie, there's some type cases in here. We don't have any real type in there, but you can fake as if they're putting the banner together with the type letters. This tool is a printer's tool, which is for holding type. So you'll have 2 of these in the kit, and you normally hold it in your left hand, and you hold it like you're holding a stick or a bat, and your thumb is in the middle, versus holding it like this, which is awkward on your wrist. But they could be doing this and doing their dance and doing something with it. When they come up to the case, this is a printer's case that would normally hold the metal letters, and they would act like they're taking letters out, and the motion is putting them into the stick. Going in and then putting things out. Okay. So that's your other motion. You have a few of the type cases there as well. Those are the basic motions for the operation of the press. Again, the printing press here, we actually rented the original press for Newsies, and I'll finish up by actually showing you that press, so come on over here. So this is the original press for Newsies for the movie, which we rented all the equipment for those scenes. That's the original plate for printing the Newsies banner, 1991, 1992, and all. A little bit of history on it. This was actually John Boy's press on the Waltons back in the early 70s. And it's even on wheels, so the prop department could roll it around on set. Okay, with that, that's the information on the press here. The Printing Museum, printmuseum.org. My phone number is 714-529-1832 if there's any questions. Enjoy.